All right, former Browns left tackle, future Pro Football Hall of Famer, now turned football analyst, Joe Thomas did not mince words this afternoon when talking about Colts owner Jim Irsay and his decision to hire Jeff Saturday as interim head coach. He called it out for what it is. What a complete slap in the face, disrespect to the head coaching ranks of the NFL and the problems this could cause moving forward with the NFL. He called a spade a spade. I mean, we've heard whispers amongst NFL groups that this was a shocking hire. They are really distraught about this. They were so blindsided and not happy with this decision. I'm going to break down everything going on with the story, give you my 2 cents on the whole situation. But if you could first, drop a quick like on the video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We're growing like crazy, new videos every day, but let's get into it. All right, so talking on NFL Network this afternoon over in Munich, I think he's in Germany to cover the Tampa Bay-Seattle game this Sunday. Former left tackle of the Cleveland Browns, Joe Thomas, did not mince words. He was really adamant. What a disgrace and embarrassment, an insult to the coaching ranks, the men and women who bust their ass off all the time to get to where they need to be as a head coach in the NFL. And honestly, I'm just going to let you hear it from the man himself.
To be the head coach of an NFL football team, it is one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen in my entire life to the commitment, the lifestyle, and the experience that it takes to be an NFL coach, any coach, much less the head coach of the Indianapolis football Colts. You have got to be kidding me that this is something that Jim Irsay, when you hire your drinking buddy to be the head coach of an NFL football team, it is one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen in my entire life to the commitment, the lifestyle, and the experience that it takes to be an NFL coach, any coach, much less the head coach of the Indianapolis football Colts. You have got to be kidding me that this is something that Jim Irsay and Jeff Saturday, who's not blameless for accepting the job, could have talked and decided that this was the best thing for the Indianapolis Colts at this juncture of the season. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I lived right next door to Rob Chudzinski. He was our head coach for 1 season in Cleveland. The commitment that it takes to be a head coach in the NFL is beyond what people can even comprehend unless you've been in that locker room.
Yep.
He saw his children one time every week. That was Friday afternoon.
Yep.
We would get off about 2 o'clock. He would stay till 3. He would pick his kids up from school. He had 4 kids. He would go get ice cream with them. They would come home. Then he would drop them off and go back to the office. If it was a home game, he would get to see his kids 2 times during the week. Ice cream on Friday, and then Saturday afternoon, he still didn't see him because he stayed. Sunday, they would come to the game. He would drive them home after the game, drop them off, and go back to the office. That's a lifestyle. That's who you are. That's not something that you can just show up for. It's not something you sign up for.
Mid-season.
This is something that changes your life when you decide to be a coach. It's one of the reasons I don't want to coach, because I want to see my children. I want to have a life outside of football. When you're a coach in the NFL, you do not have a life outside of football. Why do you think coaches never retire? What are they going to do? They haven't developed any other parts of their life. They don't have hobbies. They don't have a lot of other friends outside of their football world because you live football. Your children, if you're lucky enough to be able to coach with them like Coach Belichick, Shanahan, then you get to have that relationship, Pete Carroll. But outside of that, it's a different lifestyle because it's who you are. So the disrespect that NFL coaches have to feel when they saw that this hire was made is higher than almost anything I can ever possibly remember in the NFL. And then to defend the decision by saying, I'm happy that he doesn't have any experience.
He's not
because
scared.
he's not scared. Like, if you didn't already insult every person that's worked their entire life to be a head coach in the NFL, then to go up there and say, I like that he's got no experience because all y'all NFL coaches are scared because you use logic and analytics to make decisions. I mean, I was happily eating some fine French food and drinking French wine because I was in France with my kids earlier in the week. But when I saw this, I thought it was a joke. I thought maybe I had a little Google Translate and all of a sudden I'm in the wrong calendar and it's April 1st or something going on. It was the most egregious thing I can ever remember happening in the NFL.
All right, man, he was fired up there, and I don't blame him. He makes some fantastic points. talking about how his former head coach would spend days away from the office just trying to game plan, trying to draw stuff up. It's such an embarrassment. It's kind of an insult to how hard these people work, and it really hurts the NFL because they've already had an issue with minority head coaching candidates, but they've always pitched it as, this is a meritocracy. We hire the best. Now, obviously, there's going to be some nepotism. That's how some of these old bums keep getting jobs within coordinator positions and stuff like that. But it really is a meritocracy, and it's so hard to find 32 good head coaches. But now this spits in its face. You hire a guy with zero head coaching experience in the college or NFL ranks, the first since 1964. This is a complete disaster. I get it. Like, Jeff Saturday was a great football player, fantastic center with Peyton Manning, one of the most complex offenses. He's some of the best, I'm sure. But you really need this situation to fail in Indianapolis, blow up in their faces, so this does not turn into a problem where if it works and they win, oh shit, I guess anybody can coach now. And you see owners hiring ex-players to be the head coach and really spitting in the faces of all the hours, all the effort that the coaching profession puts in and week out. It could be an absolute disaster. Now, we see all these analysts on TV and stuff like that being former players and stuff like that. It's already cut into the career of up-and-coming broadcasters, but that at least makes sense. It's a lot easier to talk ball than it is to coach ball. It's a much more difficult job. So I like Jeff Saturday as a person. I don't want him to fail, but man, the NFL really needs him to fail at this. We cannot have an ugly situation moving forward. I mean, Joe Thomas hit the nail on the head, and we've heard it from around the league. You just can't have it. It's a disrespect to the game. It's a disrespect to all the people that bust their ass off. And I honestly love that he's calling this out. More people should be out against this. Hopefully, this is just a tanking move. The Colts are bad. It's awful. It blows up in their face. I mean, Joe Thomas, of all, should know how hard it is to coach. He went through 6 coaches in his time in Cleveland in 11 years, something like that. Just so hard to get a good coach, get it right. But yeah, that's going to do it for us today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What's your opinion on this whole situation? Does this need to fail, or are we going to be in a new era where screw head coaches, screw this, that, and the other? We can just hire ex-players and they can fill right in without any experience, coordinator, this, that, and the other. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Again, like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.